get back in God's face. Call on God. We need to get back to praying and calling on God. We need to get back to depending on God and not of the flesh, which is our leaders. Our leaders were basically placed here because you can't see God, but you can see your leaders. There's an actual person that you can go to when there's a problem. But there shouldn't always be a problem where you need to go to your leaders. Not all the time. Leaders are exactly what they are. People placed in our lives to lead us to where God wants us to be at. Now, and I want to thank our Minister Felder for this because this has really stuck to me. We should be able to be supporters, pushers, and encouragers of our leaders. We should be their biggest supporters. We should be their number one pushers and their number one encouragers. We should have their back. That's what we're here for. To have their back, not bring them down.
Not bring them down.
It's almost as if we were the body. Our leaders are the spine, but we the people are the body. The body takes one wrong step. Say if you're walking and you fall, you hurt your back. But because the body took that wrong step, now the spine is affected. The cause causes the spine to be damaged as if we have fallen in the spine. Now that the spine has been affected and damaged, everything else falls apart and doesn't function properly because now the spine, which holds it all together, has been damaged and takes a major operation for the spine to be fixed. It can't just be fixed easily by saying, oh, "I'm sorry, I need to do it." No, it's an operation that you have to go through if you mess up your back and your spine. And sometimes they can't always fix it. So, the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 13:11, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I felt as a child, and I thought as a child. Now that I become a man, I have put away childish things. Because we still have the pacifiers in our mouth and still decide to depend on our leaders to baby us like we don't know what to do, we don't have any spiritual growth. We don't have any spiritual growth because it's like they have to push and push and push us to do this when we know what to do. We've all been here. Not saying that some things you're not going to know, because some things you aren't going to know. And that's when you do go to your leaders. But those things that you do know, you shouldn't have to ask your leader. And half the time they're going to tell you, even though we don't like it, to look it up in your Bible. Because it's there. That's what it's there for. It gives us understanding. We shouldn't have to always go to our leaders. Now, if you don't understand what exactly it's saying, that's when you go to your leader and say, I need more understanding. You don't always need to depend on them. So it's time now for us to stop depending on our leaders, to push us and lead us in the right direction, but to do it ourselves. Not saying be all high and mighty. I don't need my leaders. I don't need them to do this. I don't need them to do that. But about certain things, you know, stop asking. Stop going to them for, because it's an added weight onto them. We don't know what they go through at home. We don't know what they deal with. They're our leaders. They get a greater attack than what we do. So we can't always keep going to them back and forth over the same thing. And a lot of stuff is repetitive. It just hit us in a different way. So, and I'm done. But we need to get back to focusing on God, trusting and believing in God, and not in man. We need to get back to seeking His face. It's time to take the pacifiers out of our mouth and get back to what is our first love, God. We need to get back to praying. We need to get back to reading our word.